In order to attain the impossible, one must attempt the absurd. This is the story of how we did just that. 2 years ago, my friend Mooncatcher and I made this, the best music machine in Minecraft. It wasn't just a catchy YouTube title, it was true. This is a first of its kind, fully encodable jukebox that can play any song that you want, in real time. But just because it's the best, doesn't mean that it can't be improved. You see, this machine can play 5 notes per second, but Minecraft runs at 20 game ticks per second. So technically the upper limit would be 20 notes per second, right? Well, that'd be nice, but Mooncatcher and I spent over 6 months getting this thing to work at its current speed. And it's actually still locational, so it doesn't even work 100%. So making it 4 times faster would be, well, impossible.
Mungo project going.
Here's the music player.
Music player. 20 hertz music player too. Scale. Ooh. That definitely sounds like 20 hertz. Oh, 9cat. Cool.
Very cool.
The guy who made the music thing is like, hit me up.
Oh,
Jackie."
shoot.
Oh, collab.
Collab.
Yeah.
Collab.
Alright, bet. This is Zolix and Vlad, the 2 masterminds behind this insane idea. They invited Mooncatcher and I to a server where they showed us the prototype that Crafty featured in his stream. Okay, so this is running at 20 hertz?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was impressed. But there's just one problem.
If you look in the back, you can see how we play this song.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Yeah, that's the entire song. That's the ROM. And it's so long, we had to force load chunks to just keep it intact.
I see. Yeah, not very scalable. The big advantage of our machine was that the entire song for each instrument was encoded in just 2 double chests. But the concept was there, and this was the first glimmer of hope I'd seen in years. Maybe it is possible. You know, I've always believed that teams are greater than the sum of their parts. So let's put that to the test. It's time to try something absurd. So in order for this to actually work, we need to solve 3 impossible problems. Number 1, we need to find a way to read data at 20 hertz. Number 2, we need to be able to spam a note block to play every single game tick. And number 3, we need to stay under the sound limit of the game. Let's start with the first one, since this will be the backbone of the machine. From the beginning, we were all in agreement that we wanted to store information in the form of music discs and shulker boxes. After all, it's still the densest way to represent data, with 16 possible values per item when fed through a jukebox. Our original design had 2 modules per instrument, one for the lower octave and one for the higher octave, and we mapped the first 13 music discs to their respective pitches in each octave. With this setup, we were able to achieve 5 hertz. So one of the easiest ways to make it 20 hertz would be just to replicate it 4 times and then offset each by 1 game tick. But that is so kludgy for so many reasons. Firstly, this setup basically doesn't allow for chords, which, if you've ever listened to music, are everywhere. Secondly, there is so much redundancy here. Each note appears 4 different times, which is so much messier than if they appeared just once. The other option would be to just make the readers faster, but at double hopper speed, the repacking was unavoidably locational. So, is this it? Is this our solution? Yeah, we weren't convinced. This is when Mooncatcher proposed a complete change in direction. What if, instead of each disc representing a note, it represented a pattern? You see, with 16 possible values, each disc can actually represent a 4-bit number. At double hopper speed, this would actually be fast enough to play back individual bits at 20 hertz. But remember, repacking shulkers at double hopper speed turned out to be locational. So instead, we decided to minimize our chances of locationality by making 2 hopper speed readers and then offsetting them by 1 game tick. By doing this, we can read each stream of 4 bits with 1 redstone tick between the bits, and then interweave them to create a full 8-bit number. Since hoppers transfer items every 8 game ticks, these 2 readers together are able to spit out an 8-bit number every 8 game ticks. Do you see what we just did here? We simplified a double hopper speed reader into 2 hopper speed readers and then achieved a steady 20 Hz data stream. And all it took was a change in approach. Before, we were compressing the octave into a disk, but now we're compressing time itself. Genius. And better yet, Zolix worked incredibly hard to make the reader too wide tileable, beating the original design in every single dimension. The only drawback of this approach is that we need 2 readers for every single note instead of every instrument. But the benefits are astronomical. With this new approach, we were able to eliminate locationality, successfully achieve a 20 Hz stream of data, and even allow for chords of any size. The problem it created was physical size. If each note requires 2 readers, can we still fit all 400 notes within hearing distance of the player? Not sure yet, but we'll have to answer this question during the next challenge. How can we even play a note every single game tick? The problem of spamming a note is actually more interesting than you might think. Allow me to explain. When you power a note block, it plays a note, and in order to power it again, you need to power it off first. Doing this every other game tick looks like this, but doing it every game tick looks like... you see what I mean? Somehow, this redstone dust needs to power off and then back on in the same game tick. But how? Allow me to introduce you to update order. Every single game tick, Minecraft always resolves things in the same order. It's actually quite a long list, but I'm going to focus on these 2 for now: tile ticks and block events. The important thing to know here is that tile ticks always process before block events. Components like repeaters and comparators fall under the tile tick category, pistons fall under the block event category, and redstone dust updates instantly. That's how this redstone dust flashes, because it was briefly powered through the block before the piston moved. Using this knowledge, we were able to do this. You see, the note block played twice in 2 consecutive game ticks without the redstone dust visibly turning off. Except it did turn off during the sub tick, right before the next repeater fired. Thank goodness note blocks don't have a cooldown. Once we knew this was possible, we got to work turning this 20 Hz output into an audible pattern. And let me tell you, this is some actual black magic. In short, these diagonal sections turn the signal strength output into a serialized stream of 1s and 0s. That gets rectified to comparator priority here, and then fed into this magic circuit that plays it on the note block. Am I doing a lot of hand waving here? Yes I am. Because to tell you the honest truth, this is beyond me. Luckily though, Zolix has made a video of their own explaining all of this in detail if you're curious about the absolute wizardry going on here. You will learn something, I promise. And now that we know how much space a single note block is going to take, let's see if we can fit 400 of them within the player's hearing range. Oh, wow, that was easy. And suspiciously perfect, but we'll take it. So what's left? Oh, right, that. How about we just push back all the readers to just outside the player's hearing distance, since the information is traveling serially anyways. Yup, that's our actual real solution. I'm not kidding. And now with the form factor finalized, Vlad got to work writing the code to turn NBS songs into schematics that we can paste directly into the machine. If you're curious about how this was done, Vlad has a video on his channel with all the nitty-gritty details that you code nerds will love. So let's test it, shall we? Surely nothing can go wrong. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
So, we were just finishing up our development phase when we got some unfortunate news. Now, if you weren't aware, Mooncatcher is Ukrainian, and he was unfortunately displaced due to the ongoing war with Russia. And ever since then, he's been working to protect the Ukrainian skies from terrorist attacks, which is why I'm partnering with the Leleka Foundation today to help raise money for Ukrainian medics on the front lines. They can use every bit of help they can get, so please, if you are able, donate using the button on your screen. Every little bit goes a long way. Thank you.
So, we're one man down. But we can't let that stop us. Let's finish this thing. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't play something for you on it, right? But what?
Rush E.
Now play Rush E
But
on
can it
it.
run
Do
Rush
Rush
E?
E.
How about
Rush
Rush
E?
E?
Rush E.
All right, I hear you. I'll play Perry the Platypus. Just kidding. Here's Rush E.